Hi there, it's Sale-A-Bration Dies here. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. I'm back as promised to basically give you a final countdown on Sale-A-Bration. I'm filming this and uploading it hopefully on Sunday the 24th of March. So literally there is just one more week left of Sale-A-Bration, which ends on the 31st of March. So one more week to get your hands on some of the lovely Sale-A-Bration rewards, or to take advantage of the joining offer and also the hosting a party offer. Now that the hosting a party, just very briefly, you will earn another £20 in stamping rewards if your party total exceeds £200. The last time I made any mention of this, I got it totally wrong, but I'm sure that that is the correct information this time. So that is one of the Sale-A-Bration offers. The other one that we have gone through on a number of occasions is the joining offer. So hence the bag is making one final appearance before it goes into use. I can't actually wait to get to be able to use this and not have to keep it in pristine condition. So when you normally join, you pay £99 and you get to choose £130 worth of products from the Stampin' Up catalogue. And during Sale-A-Bration, for the same amount of £99, you get to choose £170 of products of your choice from either the annual or the spring-summer catalogue. So that in itself is a fabulous offer. But the second option of actually joining is pay £125 and you get the same amount of choice of products, so £170 of products of your choice, but you also get this fabulous craft carry and tote bag, which is this lovely canvas bag. If you've missed it, my videos about this before, really handy little pockets on the front, lovely silky linings, and I love the colour scheme of this as well, this turquoisey colour. There's a lovely pretty little fob there on the front for decoration, nice little metal Stampin' Up logo on the front, and handy zip pockets on either side for your phones, your car keys, that sort of thing. Nice depth to that. It is designed as a craft carry and tote bag, so you've got lots of these handy little pockets inside, so they're sewn into the lining. You've got 4 of those, but then you've got these internal sheaths basically that fit in with Velcro, so you can make various numbers of pockets up, so you can have a nice central one, 2 little side pockets, the same on the other side if I put that one back in, or literally you can take the whole thing out and you've got just a really handy carry bag. So basically to do with what you want, obviously for crafting, but great as a shopping bag, an overnight bag, a gym bag, swimming bag, whatever. It comes with a handy carry handle if that is what you like, and that fits onto these really sturdy eyelets here, or you've got the handles. Now we paid as demonstrators, we were able to order one of these before the launch of Sale-A-Bration, and we did pay £47 for it. So effectively you are getting this bag for £26 as part of option 2 under joining. So I've said a lot about joining during Sale-A-Bration, and there is a blog post on it, so what I will do is I'll put the link back to that blog post at the front of the video, because there's quite a lot to get through and I don't want to sort of bore everybody to sleep. I think I've almost managed the cat, but he's woken up again because he's seen a bag. I don't quite like the way you're eyeing this bag up, Ollie. It's not for you, even when I've stopped using it to film with. This is my bag, it's not yours. So I'm just going to, perhaps we'll pause this so I can put it safely away, because cats do love bags, and I will be back. So before we go any further, but for the first time this year, what I'm trying to say, Stampin' Up launched these coordinating Sale-A-Bration products. So there was a stamp set, there was a punch, and there was framelits that went with the HOPPY, like the frog stamp set. I can never remember the name of it. The cupcake, I think it actually was called Hop Around, you know, who knew? Call Me Cupcake, Lily framelits, and the Four Seasons framelits. So they have only been available to purchase from the 1st to the 31st of March, and as I've already highlighted in the last couple of videos, the frog framelits were the first to sell out, and then the cupcake thinglits have now sold out. I've just checked before coming on and there's no more announcements about anything else. So again, the rest of these, so the stamp set, the lilies, the Four Seasons and the story label punch are, as at this moment, still available. But they again are on a while stocks last basis, as has been proved. They can run out, and they, even if they don't run out, they will be you'll be unable to order them come the 31st or after the 31st. So from the 1st of April, no more framelits, no more stamp set. So that was the first bit of information. So I just thought I will do a little bit of crafting at the end, but it was just really the point of this whole video was to just run through the various Sale-A-Bration items that we've been using over the past 3 months, and to just revisit some of those projects that we've shared on the YouTube channel with you. So, in no particular order, excuse me, I have to say I never actually got round to getting the cupcake stamp set, so I can't share anything about that with you, but there are some nice little examples in the little Sale-A-Bration brochure. And then the organdy ribbon combo, that sold out so quickly I never got my hands on that either, but never mind, I have got most of them. So the first thing that we come across here is the butterfly elements, and these are these little wooden elements that come in this little packet, and they just basically pop out of the base there. So you've got flowers, you've got leaves, and you've got various types of butterflies. Now I have to say I've not done a video using these. Unfortunately, we've sort of kind of run out of time. But if you can see at the bottom, there's a nice big butterfly. Now you can use them just as they come as the wooden element, but you can add colour to them. So I just quickly made this little card up to show you prior to coming on and doing this video. And I've used one of the little memory and more cards that are available in the spring summer catalogue. Sorry, I'll put that, you can you can all talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Yeah, so that's in the Happiness Blooms, Memories and More cards and envelopes. So I'm leaning backwards out of the way of the camera, so in case that didn't go into the microphone on the tablet, it's the Memories and More Happiness Blooms cards and envelopes, page 26 in the spring summer catalogue. And basically I've just popped out some of those little wooden elements, and I've added some colour using some stamping blends, so Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Lovely Lipstick. So we've got the 2 shades of the Daffodil Delight. That is the lipstick, Lovely Lipstick lighter pen, And I've just added a bit of, and that's the 2 shades of the Calypso Coral. I think that is Old Olive, but don't quote me on that. And I've also lost one of my little bits. My little bits of bling have come off, but that had a little diamante bit in the middle. And I've just used that little stamp from somewhere on this desk. Somewhere. I think it's a big thank you stamp set. Might not be. But anyway, I've chosen a stamp set, a stamp that coordinates quite well with that little card. If I remember what that is, I will come back to that. So we also had the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper. Excuse me. So, well chopped up, this one. If you remember, if you've seen the previous videos, you've got the colourful elements on one side, but then you've got this beautiful monochrome designs and colouring on the back as well. Now I have to say, unfortunately, I don't think this has got used as well as we'd hoped, because some of this paper coordinated really well with the butterfly punch, which is this one, which was so popular it sold out ridiculously quickly, and unfortunately we haven't had the supplies back in of this punch. Now the latest I had heard was it's going to be mid-April, so I'll just cut that bit off. And so I think what I said when it first went out of stock was, if you love this paper, then why not put in a qualifying order to get the paper, and then when the punch becomes available, there's nothing to stop you then ordering the punch, and you'll have the paper ready to go, so that you can use the punch with the paper. I have to say, this is not the way to. It's not the way to do it. I haven't really thought this one through. Thinking and talking and not necessarily working. I just wanted to show you how basically it did coordinate with this punch. So this isn't going to be perfect, but there you go. So you just need a little bit of extra paper, so you can feed it into your punch quite easily. See what I mean? But anyway, there you go. So it doesn't coordinate obviously with the big ones, but it does coordinate with a number of these little black and white ones as well. So I just wanted to highlight that paper again, and also the punch, because as I say, it will be coming back, and it is carrying forward in the new annual catalogue, which launches on the 4th of June. So all is not lost. You will get plenty of time to play with the punch, but you won't have the opportunity to get this paper beyond next week. Now, the last time I put paper up here was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? But we'll just stick it down here. So I am a little bit disappointed that we haven't been able to explore the butterfly punch with the paper as much as I would have liked, but I will just share this little card with you. I made this with the intention of doing a video from it, but basically there's some Grapefruit Grove, and I've used the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper out of the Butterfly Gala Suite. Just going to flip that over. No, Gingham Gala Suite. So I've used the Grapefruit Grove out of that, some Grapefruit Grove cardstock, and then I've just embossed the little note sentiment across the middle with the In Colours Grapefruit Grove embossing powder. And these little butterflies have just been literally cut out of the paper as I just did. I've lost the little one I've cut out. No, I think it went on the floor, to be honest. Marley's here now, he'll probably find it for me. But literally, as you've cut them out, they just fold them up Then, so they've got their, like their wings have just lifted, and then I've just stuck those on with some glue dots. And the inside features the Butterfly Gala stamp set. So that and the punch are available as a bundle. So if it's something you wanted and haven't got around to getting, then my advice, wait for this to come back in so that you can get this as a bundle, saving yourself 10%. And as I say, you can, in the meantime, place your qualifying order for other bits and pieces that you want, and you can still get the paper during this following week. So again, that one was a YouTube project that we did, and that's just using the monochromed butterflies. And again, I've just used a little tiny butterfly stamp. Hello, have you come to learn how to craft? Or just rip the kitchen roll apart? Be the latter. So that's the butterflies. Let's move on before we get more distractions. I give up. Where am I supposed to put that? So just retracting, is that the right word? Going back to, reverting to, whatever. The stamp set that I used in this little card was a big thank you, and that is that sentiment, Friends of Flowers in the Garden of Life. I found it hidden elsewhere on the desk. So I've used that little sentiment quite a lot actually. So it makes a great gift card if you've got a little gift you're sending off to friends. We seem to have quite a number of friends that don't live near us, so things get put in the post if you're sending a gift. So that's a really lovely little sentiment. So moving through the brochure, brochure. I have to say I haven't got this by the bay, but you can see there's a couple of, get that one. So you've got the little house and these little birds. It's a set that needs a lot of colouring adding to it, which whilst I like colouring, I sort of thought, well, I probably wasn't going to get too much use out of it, so I didn't buy it. But I have seen some lovely projects done by it, so you can always have a look on Pinterest or even YouTube just for some other ideas on how to use that. So the next one I've got is Home to Roost, which is this one. I like this particularly because I'd seen some nice effects with people colouring the cockerel, but I actually liked the sentiments in this. I just thought I would use that quite a lot, particularly this little one. Just to note, it sort of just covers a whole multitude of occasions when you might want to send a card. So that's why I really went for that one. So I've got a couple of examples here. So with this one, I've coloured in the cockerel with Poppy Parade, Grapefruit Grove, Call Me Clover and Lemon Lime Twist. And you probably won't catch it, but it's got obviously Wink of Stella on it. And as you see, I've used this little sentiment from the stamp set. And then I've just stamped in crumb cake, varying heights of this stamp, just to give a bit of decoration in the inside and on the envelope. And here is one of the Grapefruit Grove, the back, I don't know if that's actually picking it up on the middle there. This was the hologrammed, I'm flicking forward, the hologrammed Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick Foil Sheets. Are you leaving us, Ollie? Have you had enough? How to make a mess on the floor. So we've got the foil sheets in Grapefruit Grove. What's he doing? Chasing his brother. Launching himself from a great height, clearly. So we've got the Grapefruit Grove, which is the hologrammed. They all happy. Okay. So the hologrammed foil sheet Grapefruit Grove. I feel like I'm repeating myself. And the Lovely Lipstick, which was the normal foil sheet that we've become accustomed to. But that one, as I say, has got the beautiful hologram in it. I'll just throw this down here, clear up afterwards. So that's the foil sheet on that one, and then I've used the cockerel again, same colours, and I've the background card of that is the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper. So I have to say that I have almost mixed and matched a number of the cards just so that I was able to share with you basically what the products look like. So we've got a couple of Sale-A-Bration gifts included on one card. So we've got the Home to Roost, and we've got the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper, which became available as a level 1 gift with effect from 1st of March. Yeah, 1st of March. So, and that is the Painted Seasons stamp set, which we will be coming to shortly. So what else have I got down here? Some foil sheets on. So just returning to the foil sheets again, that is the Grapefruit Grove sheet that I've used for this card. Unfortunately, there is a YouTube video about these foil sheets, and it shows you both the Lovely lipstick and this one. The card I made using the Lovely lipstick has actually gone off to somebody, but you will find that on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And that lovely intricate design is from the All My Love suite, and it's the Lovely Flowers Edgelits Dies. So that's the foil sheets done. Put those up there. I'm just talking to myself, it kind of makes sense. So then we've got the So Hoppy Together, which is the little frog stamp set. Sorry, what do you want me to do? I'm getting hand signals and they're not making any sense. You can speak. You can. You don't want to speak. Okay. Right. I don't know what's more distracting, Ollie, or you giving me hand signals that I don't understand. So these some little variations on my my what's it called? So Hoppy Together stamp set. So again, my two favourite colours of the moment, Lovely Lipstick and Granny Green Apple. So very simple cards and a little bit of colouring involved. And I said at the time, this is brilliant for perhaps somebody who's going off to college, or perhaps a grandchild, or a child that's starting a new school or something like that, or a new job even. Somebody who likes frogs, it would be ideal. So that is that one. And then we have Part of My Story. Again, I love this stamp set. I love the sentiments in that, and they're great for not only cards, but also if scrapbooking is your thing, these will be really good to put on scrapbook pages alongside your photographs. And that's really nicely illustrated there in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. So I've actually used this Let's Get Together and Giggle. I've used that on this card here. This is where they sort of all merge together, these Sale-A-Bration rewards, because that is the sentiment from here, but these are the Tea Time Tea Together stamp set from the Spring Summer catalogue, and the tea time framelits, which are over here, and these coordinate with that stamp set, so you finish up being able to cut out your cups and saucers. Now this is everything I've mentioned so far is a level 1 reward. This is in fact a level 2 reward, so that's £90 excluding postage and packing, and this will be available, I'm pleased to say, in the in the new annual catalogue. So you've got dies that cut your teapots out, it cuts your roses out as well. So I will be doing a blog post on this, and I'll put that at the front of the video when that's completed, purely because that features how I've used that particular die to cut the roses out, which is that stamp here. So great news that we're going to have this back come the annual catalogue. So you can wait and get it to buy it then, or you can put in a qualifying order now and get it for free. I always like something free. Although, as I have said before, if your order is getting towards £90, of course if you want a level 2 reward, then that is a great way to get one. But if you're getting towards £90, then why not consider the £99, and you'll get yourself £170 worth of products of your choice from the current catalogues. So that won't, unfortunately, you can't include this in that, but £170 of products is, I think, pretty good for £99. So do give that some thought. I don't want to keep going on about it, but it almost seems a shame to be spending that amount of money and actually missing out. So again, go and have a look at that blog post that you'll find at the front of the video. So we've jumped about a bit. I've also used this one on this card, and again this is featuring this stamp set, part of my story. It's this one here, but the paper is from the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper. So we've got that, and we've also thrown in for good measure the Painted Seasons stamp set. Give it its correct name. Painted Season stamp set. I surprise myself at times. So I've mixed and matched that a little bit. So again, I love that. Great to send to a friend who's perhaps into crafting, and little people who have just inspired you by the way they do things perhaps for other people, or how they've achieved something. So as I say, love the sentiments in that. Haven't got the lovely lattice, I have to say. Again, not because I don't like it, it lends itself to a lot of colouring, which is brilliant, but I have to admit it was probably too much colouring for me. So again, there is a blog post that I've done which features a Stampin' Up video, I believe, so I'll put the link to that on there. So I'll stick links of all my various blog posts that I've done throughout Sale-A-Bration on the front of the video. So we're almost at the end of this one. We've got the little Precious Parcel card kits, which again are so easy to put together, and you get 8 cards in the kit, 4 of each colour, and they are the 2 that are made up. So literally all you need for that is a pair of scissors. Everything else is all in the kit, so everything sort of self sticks. You get the little paper clips. And so brilliant little card set, and as I've said before when I've highlighted this, you get these little sentiments on it, but if that isn't what you actually want to say, then that would take just a normal stamp if you wanted to stamp straight onto the card, or I think embossing would work really well on that, so perhaps some white embossing or gold embossing, because you've got these little gold colours. So again, a little bit of room to get creative with those. we've done that. The two-time frame knits. So this was the final stamp set from the first launch of Sale-A-Bration, and it's the Lasting Lily stamp set, which again is a level 2 reward. Let's just get that one out of the way. Now, beautiful stamps in here. I said at the time when I first highlighted this that these are quite popular flowers for weddings, so I was thinking quite a nice wedding card, particularly some of the wedding type colours, the deep Merry Merlot, that sort of thing. But obviously you can see from some of the sentiments it's designed, hello Ollie, designed also to be used perhaps when you sadly need a sympathy card. Now, over the weekend I found myself in that position because some friends of ours have sadly lost somebody. So obviously you want to send a card and you want to say you're thinking of people. I have to say sympathy cards for me have got to be one of the worst, because you want to send people a card, you want it to be a nice card. Quite honestly, there's a bit of me that anytime I need one I just want to run down the newsagent and just buy one. But then the other part of me thinks, do you know what, you've got all these crafting supplies, and we also say that handmade cards really show people how much you care and how much you've been thinking about them. So I try to make myself step out of my comfort zone, and I have to say I really did step out of my comfort zone, because I just couldn't get this one right. So this is my final offering, which I'm not unhappy with. I couldn't even, if I'm honest, think what colours to go with, so I've sort of took an idea from the brochure here, and I've used Daffodil Delight and I've used Old Olive. So I kind of took, as I say, Stampin' Up's ideas for the colouring, because it's a close relative, but it didn't, you know, the standard sort of sympathy card for the age group of the people that I'm sending it to, etc., etc. I'm taking all that into account. So I just thought something with a little bit of brightness, but you know, obviously nothing too over the top. So I'm even getting tongue-tied thinking about how I put this together. So this was my first attempt. I was going with two, but that wasn't really working for me. But I just kept this so that you could see the design. So you get one stem with a little leaf, and then you get a single stem here, and then you get this twisted leaf effect, which is this bit. So I thought before I recycled that, I would at least keep that to share with you. So as for the card, I've layered that up with Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and then I've used the smaller lily head in there. I've used that on the inside, and the sentiment is again out of here and stamped in Old Olive, and you probably won't see it, but I have just literally around the darker pieces I've just put a little tiny shimmer of Whisper White, so not that it's glittery, but just to sort of highlight the flower a little bit. So that was that, and then I've done the envelope to match the inside. So sadly in life we do sometimes need these things, so it's always handy, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's always useful, perhaps that's a better word, to have a stamp set like this to just call on. So in some ways the hard work's done for you. All you've got to decide is what colour you're going to use. But of course they would make, as I said, good wedding card, would make a nice get well card. So it doesn't all, although getting well isn't, it's not happy, but hopefully a happier card, because you're hoping someone's going to get better. So we'll leave this stamp set on. It'd make a really good wedding card. Let's take the bright twist on that. But anyway, beautiful stamp set, and as I think I said, it's a level 2 reward. So let me put 20 minutes now. I did know it would go on a bit, I have to say. So moving on the 15th of February we had another launch of Sale-A-Bration, and we had the all adorned stamp set, which is this one up here, and is the one that I'm actually going to do some crafting with. So we're going to come back to that later, hopefully not too much later. And then we've got the, that's not that one, it's like a party game, isn't it? Hunt the Sale-A-Bration item. So we have the Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. So obviously for this to be of use to you, you do need to have one of the Big Shot machines, because it's one of the folders that runs through the Big Shot to give you this beautiful embossing detail. So these are my two bits of random card that I stamped out when I first got it, and this is one of the 3D textured folders, so you really get this beautiful depth of embossing detail on your card. So that's that, and the good news about this is that this is going to be available in the new annual catalogue. So again, you can defer getting one of those until the catalogue comes out, or you can take the opportunity to get one for free with your qualifying order of just £45, excluding postage and packing. So I'll just share with you some of the cards that we've made with that. So we've got that one. We've got that one. So with this one, this was just the cutout piece. So I started off with this card, and that to get this I cut obviously this bit out, and then I used a slightly smaller oval to cut the surplus oval out, if that makes any sense, because it just seemed too pretty to waste. So I finished up with two cards like that. Wrong way around. And that was the cutout oval I've used to make those two cards. Again, there is a YouTube video on that if you'd like to go and see what I've done with that. Hopefully my way I've laid everything out has just gone totally to the wall or to the floor in some cases. So we had the Painted Seasons bundle, which is up here somewhere. There we go. Got frogs on top of it now. There we go. The Painted Seasons bundle, which was this beautiful cling distinctive stamp set. So the distinctive stamp sets are exclusive to Stampin' Up, and they just give you this beautiful detail of your image. This is the paper, and it actually reflects the 4 seasons of the year. You can see I have been using this. So on the front here you've got floral. I kind of think that's spring, I think that's summer, but I think it's open to negotiation really. That looks particularly autumnal to me, and I think you can pretty much be sure that's winter. But you know, no hard and fast rule, use them as you wish. I love this, I have to say, the little mushrooms on little toadstools. And then when you flip it over, you've got these sort of almost geometric designs on here with the beautiful faded colouring. So you've got the light and dark aspects of colouring on the paper. So that came as a bundle, as a level 2 reward, so £90 excluding postage and packing, or you can get the paper, as I said, as a level 1 reward, £45 excluding postage and packing. So there'll be a mammoth clearing up task at the end of this video, I have to say. So I've already shown you this one. That was the paper with the stamp set. I have to say that pine cone is absolutely gorgeous. Then we've got this one, which is using that paper, and that is the Stitch Labels stamp set and coordinating dies, which you'll find in the annual catalogue. I may not have given them their complete full name, but I'm sure you'll find it under Stitched Labels, I think it is. But I will put some links and details of products as normal on the front. Now this one features this stamp and also the little leaves, and again there's a YouTube video on that because we've used the masking technique just to get this level of the flowers, and you can see we've featured one of the papers at the back there, and we've got the cockerel as we've already met him earlier on in this video. So that's that covered. So that was our second release of Sale-A-Bration items. And then on for the third release we had, is that you? Is that the note and we have to guess what the tune is? I think you'll have to give me a bit more to go on if I'm honest, because I don't really know what that is. I think it was a bit out of tune though, I have to say. Yeah, so just to clarify, that is the Stitched All Around stamp set and coordinating dies, which are in the annual catalogue, and it was this one I used on that card, which is buried up here somewhere. Anyway, so it's that stamp set. So as I said, we then had a release on the third release, so 1st of March we had a third release of different Sale-A-Bration items, but they were all items from the annual catalogue, which is quite a good thing to give you a chance of getting some of the more of the current things that are going to carry through until at least the end of May, when the catalogue goes is finished. So we had the delightfully detailed laser cut design. So it wouldn't be my video without some sort of mishap with the tablet. As I think I said before, it tends to switch itself off after about half an hour. So we had the delightfully detailed laser cut paper, which after Ollie's Antics last video I'm not going to get out again, but I just got these various cards out to just show you some of the designs and how well it takes colour. So we've got that little one there, got one of our on stage makes that we had when it was first launched in the catalogue. This one I've applied, I think it's Pear Pizzazz, using a sponge brayer. So although it comes in Whisper White on one side and Very Vanilla on the other, you can very easily add some colour to it. And this is the project that we did in the last video of a wedding card, again using that paper. So again, that's one of the options. We've got the mini pizza boxes, which again make really lovely little gift boxes. This one I've used to make a little set of gift cards, and these gift cards and the front of the box feature the polarised doilies, which are also a Sale-A-Bration reward. So that is that one. We've got the Petal Parade Designer Series paper. So that's again a very pretty paper, and if you notice, there's one of these that I've actually finished. I can't show you that one, but this one in particular and this one, you only have to cut those out and you've actually got a really good card front to stick onto just your base card. So it's very easy when you need a card in a hurry, and some very pretty colours in there, very floral. So that is that. We've also got the rich raspberry velvet ribbon, which is, I've not actually got any of that myself, but this is what we used on again on an on-stage project. So that is available as a Sale-A-Bration Level 1 reward. Again, the polarised doilies make good backgrounds for on your card. The daisy from the Daisy Delight stamp set and coordinating punch just fits on there perfectly. And we had another dynamic textured embossing folder, and that's the sequins one. And we have the Share What You Love embellishment kit, which I have to say I added to my order that I've just put in and will be with me tomorrow. So I will share that hopefully on my next video later on in the week, so you'll get to see it before Sale-A-Bration actually ends. Just trying to find that. Scattered sequins, there we go. It's not really going to show up very well, but if you look on the online shop and go to the embossing folder, the big shot area, you will see all the different embossing folders, and this is again is one of these lovely 3D ones, so you get a lot of depth in your embossing. So I think that is basically all about Sale-A-Bration. Now I have to say I've got or I was found out that actually this has gone on a bit longer than I anticipated, so I'm literally going to finish this video and then I'm going to do the crafting bit as a separate video, because I can quite understand that nobody's got all this amount of time to sit down and just watch endless videos. So that way you get a chance to have a look at what's going on in Sale-A-Bration, or the final countdown to inspiration. Final countdown to Sale-A-Bration. Get a grip, woman. And then I'll come back and just do that little bit of crafting that I wanted to share with you with the All Adorned stamp set. So I'll be back to do that. That could be tomorrow. So let me just share a couple of the cards that I've done, just using that so that we've covered the full spectrum of some of the projects that we've done using the Sale-A-Bration products. So I hope that's been helpful to revisit some of those. As I say, I'll put the various links etc. on the front of the video. The online shop link will be there, join my team link, contact me if you want a catalogue or would like to join my mailing list, Facebook, Pinterest and Instagram. If you've enjoyed the video, then please do give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be fabulous. All that happens is you will get to be notified when I've uploaded a video, and you choose to view or not, as the case may be. So I'm going to clear up this mess and then I will be back to film my next video about doing some crafting. So until then, take care. Bye for now.